Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. This story in the nation is about Sylvesta Hinds. Now, you could actually see, I'm not making up the news, okay? I'm just giving it to you, okay? Now, you can see from her first name that they were probably hoping it was going to be a boy, and a girl came out. And instead of naming the girl a regular girl name, they had to make it kind of masculine, Sylvester, like Sylvester. But anyhow, she is being peered. They're looking through the louvers here at her. She's inside the house and she's locked up with a bent back. That's what the story tells. She has a bent back, and the person who takes care of her comes once a day to bring food in the evening, and there's no water running. She has a bent back, there's no water in the house. You're getting where I'm going, right? And they said that when they call the National Assistance Board, the workers didn't even want to go in to help her because it was packed with garbage and the stench could be, they could smell it all out in the street. The neighbors were smelling it, they want to know what's going on in there. It's obvious that if she has a locomotive problem and there's no running water, you understand what's going on, right? Your brain would imagine that there'd be piles of crap all over the place in plastic, hopefully plastic bags. She can't even wash her hands when she, takes care of that. And the child that comes around, the boy, male that comes around, and they're saying that he is otherly able to, he's not, he's otherly abled. When he comes around to take care of her, he comes around and he gives food, he puts food there, and he leaves. I, I, I wonder, it's just the way it is. It's not the way I think, it is the way it is. I wonder what else she suffers under his hands or under his belt. What else has she suffered? What else has Sylvester, oh, I'm sorry, Sylvester, what else has she suffered? And then they said that her son was awarded some kind of award, and he went on a staycation, and it meant that he was away from her for 4 days and he did not make arrangements for her to get water or get food. People don't know if he had 4 days worth of food in the house. Don't know, but they're saying that he was gone for 4 days and they had to take food to her. Okay, so when the guy, the Barrow, Jeffrey Barrow, was beaten up and his money was stolen, y'all were all outraged. Holy moly! A senior citizen was unfair. Y'all were all like in your feelings, fake feelings, fake feelings. And oh, we have to do better at taking care of the elderly. I can hear it now. I hear one. I can hear one. Okay. And you guys would like, oh, here, Miss Science needs help badly. They cried. Did they really? Did they really cry? Did they really cry? We have been hearing that, and I've been telling you about what I've been hearing. Information is key. Information is key. Now, you can say it's news, you can say, oh, it's gossip, you can put salt and pepper and make a dead chicken taste good. You can do anything you want to do to make yourself feel as though you got it going on, okay? But information is information, okay? And the truth is the truth, okay? You see, you have to stay on the first floor like I do. Don't try to get on that high horse and think that you're better than anyone else. Stay on the first floor. Stay on the first floor with me. Information, information, and hopefully the information you are receiving is the truth. Okay? No matter if you put lime and salt, no matter if you put butter, margarine, it doesn't matter. Information is information. Okay? You can call it whatever. You could add romance and call it news. You could take away the romance and call it gossip. It doesn't matter to me. It's information. And this is information you're getting about her and the situation she's going through in her home with her son. She pushed him out. Okay? She birthed him. Okay? So when Jeffrey Barrow was put upon and it was recorded, people just stood there. People stood there. And I told you that when something is going down, people will just stand there and watch. They want to see, okay, let me see what's going to happen here. They don't try to mitigate anything. Nothing is mitigated. They don't have those kind of skills. They don't have those kind of skills. Okay, they just stand there and they watch. And I keep telling you, there's a zombie zone that you go into, that I see people go into. It's like when you look at the people and you're thinking, like how that guy said, aren't you guys going to help me? Aren't you going to help me? There's a point when you're being abused and you're a victim and you look up at people and they're just looking at you and you're thinking, isn't anyone going to help me? Isn't anyone, the ones that I've helped, the ones that I've supported, the ones that I wanted to win, aren't they going to help me? The answer is no. The answer is no. It's a hard no. Okay, they just stay there and they watch. There's a zone that they go into. It's a zombified kind of zone. It is almost as though you're just existing to be technicians, that you're supposed to do what you're designed to do. You're not supposed to go any higher than that. You're not supposed to learn. You're not supposed to pull out. You're not supposed to go into yourself and untangle the things that you see and you don't like. You're not supposed to jettison things that you don't like. You're not supposed to be self-corrective. You're not supposed to correct the bad things that you see inside. You are thinking, oh, this is the way I am. This is my personality. No, no. You can change things. You can switch things up. You can actually redesign your DNA. You think not, you can. And you should be teaching your kids that they can. You can fix your DNA. Watch how you eat. Some get some arduous type exercise. Make sure you run and you run and you run and you have your heart pumping that blood through all your body. Make sure that you are thinking out of the box. Think outside of the box. But let's get back to this. Let's get back to her. So you guys were crying over Barrow, Jeffrey Barrow, and you guys know that I've always told you that I've seen you go into a zombie kind of mode when things are going down. You hear that, not you hear, you know that your kids are waiting for you to die. You've heard them say, well, she's 80, or she's 82. Not much longer. She's soon gonna dead. They don't say die. She's soon gonna dead. You've heard it. And if you didn't hear it, they may have had enough decency to whisper that insult. Oh, she's soon gonna dead. She won't much longer to live. You hope that your kids will have enough decency that when they're saying something like that, it doesn't reach your ears. You don't actually hear it. Someone will have to bring that back to you. Okay? But that's what it is. You don't care about the elderly. Never have and never will. You never have and you never will. You don't care. You just don't care. Okay? So when you see this story in the nation news, these people here are peeping through broken louvers and they have her there looking back and she's telling them like what's going on with her. Sylvester is telling them what's going on with her. You see, there they are looking through her window, and Maria Bradshaw brought the story to you that the people. Let me see if I can see where she lives, what area, whoever. She's in New Orleans, Beckles Road in New Orleans, in the city. So whoever is the minister for that area they've got some work to do. Okay, so yeah, no one, her son went away, and the neighbors had to call to bring light to the situation she's in, because he left her for 4 days. He's utterly able. She's kind of messed up because she said her back is bent and there's no water. Thankfully, the electricity is still on, thankfully, but there's no water. So she's in a desperate state. And a hoarder at that? Can you imagine the mice and the roaches, and the centipedes, and whatever else is going on in that house? Can you imagine what's going on there in that heat? A perpetually hot place like Barbados, perpetually hot. Can you imagine? And she's surviving on a small stipend. She doesn't receive. She doesn't receive like Social Security, but maybe she has never worked. Maybe she has never worked, but she survives on a small stipend from the welfare department. Okay. She's a welfare recipient. She's a welfare recipient. Okay, but for a woman who has no water, for a person whose back is bent, and if you're going to say she can't locomote, she can't move around as she should. What's that she has on there? Bangles? Her hair doesn't look matted. She has on earrings. Her eyes. I keep telling you, I don't know if there are doctors in Barbados that need to look at this, but a lot of the people that I look at, the eyes, jaundice is yellow. The eyes are yellow. This part is supposed to be white. Okay? It's supposed to be white. Okay? So you can see that she's still wearing her jewelry. She's still wearing her jewelry. Her hair is not matted. It's not matted. After a while, your hair will betray you. Okay, let me just put it. Your hair would betray you if you don't take care of it. So although there's no water, and although her son left her to go on a little, happy time and to be all by himself, she doesn't look too bad. So I can't recognize that's a chair because there's something hanging over there. The chair is in need of repair. Is this the panel for the electricity? That's supposed to be a curtain, but if it's a curtain, is it supposed to be next to the window, or is it supposed to hide that panel there? It's it's just a mess. It's just a mess. But this whole blog is to advise you, and as you already know, that you don't care about the elderly. You don't care about young children, and you don't care about the elderly. And there's a video going around where you see mothers at a fete and they have their kids there, and they are doing the twerking thingy. When you see them going all the way down to the ground, and everything's winding and going around in the circle clockwise and then counterclockwise and then up and down. They're right in front of their kids. Out of Barbados. Out of Barbados. You don't care about your children, and you don't care about the elderly. It's almost as though you exist just to work. You're not pulling yourself out of the malaise. You're not pulling yourself out of you're not trying to untangle and detangle your DNA. You just are there to work for the white man, to be a service to the white man. Don't you guys think like that? Hasn't it crossed your mind? Don't you ask yourself, why was I born? Why am I here? Am I here just to wake up every day, eat, go out and work, and come back home, sleep, eat, go out and work, come back home, eat, go out and work, come back? Don't you see the roboticness of what you are? And is there a thought? Do you have clarity sometimes? A clear thought that you think about what you're doing? What are you doing here? And they have the audacity to duplicate yourself. You have the audacity to bring in more like you. Okay? And then I'm here to tell you and bring things to you and show you. Ah, you Veronica, I tried to make us look. No, this is in your paper. This is in your paper. Okay? That she's a hoarder. There's no water in her house. She gets food once a day. The house is smelling stink. The son left her for 4 days. It's in your paper. It's in your paper. I'm just bringing, I'm just talking about it. I'm just talking about it. Okay? I'm talking about it. And I'm saying to you while I'm talking about it that you don't care about the elderly and you at some point, you must have seen the zombie zone that you go into when something is going down. You must have seen it when people just stand and sometimes their heads are bowed and their eyes are looking up. It's not as though their heads and their shoulders are pushed back and they're looking. It's like they slump, their body slumps and the back bends and the head bend and the eyes are looking up and it's a zombie look and they're looking and they can't do anything else than look. They cannot help you. And outside of helping you, that zombie pulls out a phone and records it. They have a recording of it. So the zombie has been upgraded. That's an upgrade. It's an upgrade. Okay? You have the phone now to record. You noticed that? Have you not noticed yourselves? This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.